Alright, here we go. Look at this cool thing. I want to be able to show Mom and explain it to her before, so I don't mess it up again. So this is like what Kepler did. Kept his eyes open in one spot for a really, really long time. This is a good one. And they got an image of it. So, wow, look at this beast. You know, these guys all zoomed in. Imagine if each one of these spots was like a personal crumb bum. Like not a crumb bum, as in whatever, but each one of us is a light, and somehow we all something else. But here we go.
Planets. German astronomer. 2009.
Successful story and very much aligned with the planet Mars.
On March 6th, 2009, NASA launched a Delta II rocket into space.
One day off.
On board was a new telescope, named in honor of German astronomer Johann Kepler.
Oh, honey.
The space-based telescope was designed specifically to discover the existence of Earth-like planets located outside our own solar system. The Kepler search is focused on a specific section of the existence of Earth-like planets located outside our own solar system. The Kepler search is focused on a specific section of the Milky Way, known as Orion's Spur.
Kepler's job is...
So most I've been able to take a photo of with the shot with the thingy there open is 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds at most, but I'm pretty sure it's 15 seconds on that awesome Kodak that I beat into the ground. It only runs for like 2 minutes at a time. But yeah, start doing time lapse. I always is this Sarah Spiegel? Is that it? Seeger. Yeah, she has.
To answer the question,
scarf,
how common are other Earths?
Seeger and her scarf. Isn't that you, Shannon?
To do this, Kepler is looking at one part of the sky for 3.5 years. Imagine, like, keeping your eyes open and staring at just one part of the sky.
And what they're doing is they're looking at stars, and then as a planet goes around that star, when the planet gets in front of the starlight dims just a little bit from our vantage point because it's being blocked by the planet. And so you look for that dimming of those stars, and then that's how you're able to detect these planets.
Yeah, I've seen these.
So far, the Kepler telescope has confirmed the existence of 5 planets outside our own solar system. NASA officials expect to find several hundred more exoplanets like these before their mission is completed. Once a planet has been located, scientists must then determine if it might contain water.
The same video that I made.
We know from Earth that all life on Earth requires liquid water. So that is the approach that we've been taking for looking for life elsewhere in the universe. Follow the water. And so that is the step 1.
On Earth, wherever we find liquid water, we find life. And it's true. Life on Earth can exist under an extraordinary range of conditions. Extreme organisms that live in the scalding effluent coming out of the Earth's crust deep beneath the ocean. There are other remarkable organisms living in the...
That's why they have nuclear power plants. It's all a system, man. And really, now that we sort of understand it, or at least I can sort of piece it together when you start to see, okay, nuclear waste goes up, comes down, and rain goes in, ground makes crystals, fuels what? Power machines, fuel jets, not fuel jets, floating jets, crystal being insides. Just, yeah, it all makes sense.
waste pools of nuclear reactors in extreme radiation environments and so on. But the one thing that seems to be absolutely necessary for life as we know it is liquid water.
I must have made a deal with them because I came back from a near-death situation where I phoned home, told them, hey, yo, guys, I'm ready to visit home. I was born on this Air Force base. Which people are we from? That's the idea for my graphic comic book. You know, I'm also an artist too, so I am making a graphic comic book about my life. So I'm going to tell the story of it. because when I forget it from my swollen frontal lobe from the other subparagraphs of a bunch of things, and to get to where I am, and I gotta utilize all this stuff, and I'm going to. And why not right now, right? I don't have to worry about paying rent. I have a house that I can go over to, that I can work on, and I can easily take over the payments to know that it's mine, and show responsibility for it. Or since Dad sold Grammys, can't turn that into my art shop like we wanted to do. So I've got to get the house back in art studio order. And time to make art. So let's hear it.
To determine if a planet contains water and possibly life, scientists use special telescopes to analyze its atmosphere.
Oh my gosh, you imagine if that's what the vaccine was? I don't know why I've just thought of that. So really, the vaccine isn't anything that's going to hurt us. They're just giving us a dye so that when they shoot us with the x-rays, they get to see where we come from in the solar system, as far as perhaps people DNA from Earth. We're not on Earth. Wow, isn't that a storyline, huh? Look at this guy just like hanging out, juggling back here. They like it. What else is up here? See, that's the other thing. I got all kinds of fun stories to tell and thousands of videos to look at and photos. They're just so beautiful. They're just so beautiful. Even the photos, even all that nutsness. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. I can't cry. I'll freeze.
We look at the light coming from the planet, and we split that light up, like a rainbow. Now, if you look at a rainbow in the sky and you look really, really carefully, you will see some dark lines.
Everybody got an itchy rash where everybody dug holes in their skin. Everybody dug holes in their skin. Then when you get as you scratching your light body, right, as she's talking about your little light body, and so as you scratch lines in it because you're itching yourself from inside out, because everybody's got this crazy rash, chicken pox or other things, and so when they're taking our photos that aren't going to hurt us through upper space, they just get a spectroscopy and they're able to tell what our light bodies are and maybe see our DNA from far away. Or what if it could be DNA, but also however far back we came as a breed, a clan, bloodline. That'd be an interesting book story. And look, that's like when you get on the TV channels nowadays that are all like weird, and you see like lines. Okay, let's hear this again here.
See some colors missing from the rainbow. And those colors are missing because of absorption by gases in Earth's atmosphere.
Okay.
You look really, really carefully.
So we're being hit. People, there's this cool non-evasive light beam that shines from somewhere, bounces off of mirrors everywhere. It hits off of us light bodies. We have a pitted, indented skin because we've all itched ourselves to Drat's Rifus. So everybody's got little scratches, little pit holes, little marks. And then when you go over in outer space with these other giant telescopes that bounces it back off, they can hone in on your radio frequency signal because they just gave everybody the little tracker thingy. Not a tracker thingy, but in an interesting what's that guy who writes those books, Tom Clancy. So right, everybody ends up with some deep boo-boos. PSYOP going on because they want our light bodies, because they're aliens and they want our beautiful light bodies that make us human.
Planet contains water.
The one thing that seems to be absolutely necessary for life as we know it is liquid water.
To determine if a planet contains water and possibly life, scientists use special telescopes to analyze its atmosphere.
People in the clouds and eat.
We look at the light coming from the planet, and we split that light up, like a rainbow. Now, if you look at a rainbow in the sky and you look really, really carefully, you will see some dark lines. You'll see some colors missing from the rainbow. And those colors are missing because of absorption by gases in Earth's atmosphere. So effectively, we're getting a rainbow from another planet, and we're looking for dark lines that tell us what kind of gases are in the atmosphere.
Okay, get it. Gas is in the atmosphere. People fart after they eat certain food, and it expels those little gases. So what if they really are just they're really hoisting our methane because they need it to fuel their planet. So they just have everybody farting all kinds of farty farts, and they're vacuuming it up with all these new. What are some other interesting sky phenomenon that I've seen lately? Weird vacuum thingies or downpouring things or whatever. So they got to get all the and then also they're gem mining. So of course they got to spray all the non-evasive, hopefully not, chemicals that make all those or minerals, like minerals and metals, right? Stuff that comes from the earth too, usually, right? So you combine them, and so you got to dig those out somehow because. I thought it was just she came out earlier tonight. I forgot her for a few minutes. But I thought of that the other night as a neat little story. And they're digging giant holes in Earth because we bury our poop too. So who cares how long it takes? They're still going to somehow dig up whatever those gems are. Because the Earth just keeps rotating. The sun sets and the moon rises, sets. It rains, it pours, Earth.
To better understand how life affects its atmosphere, NASA scientists.
Thank you. Oh, geez, why am I forgetting his name? I watch him all the time. He'll come back to me. I almost said Bob Ross, but him too. He's just as smart. He made me fall in love with space and land. All right, back 10 seconds again.
Looking for dark lines that tell us what kind of gases are in the atmosphere.
To better understand how life affects its atmosphere, NASA scientists study microbial mats at California's Moss Landing Wildlife Area.
Microbial mats are important to NASA for a whole bunch of reasons. The organisms that are in microbial mats have been on Earth just about longer than any other kind of organism. They make a number of things which we call biomarkers, which are important in our search for life.
Search for life. Okay, so too bad we don't. Oh, look, there's a face in there. So if we started to eat those biomarkers for life, they hit us with the sun or the X-ray thingies. They can see our biomarkers for life. Oh my gosh, do you see the poets in there? Whatever his name is there, Isaac Newton. And so so they feed us certain foods because if there really is more life in outer space
on other planets.
On other planets.
So there are textural biomarkers. So when you pull up a piece of microbial mat and look at the surface, what does that look like? But one of the things that we're doing with these microbial mats is we're measuring the fluxes of methane. Methane is a gas that's produced by certain kinds of organisms that use the organic matter that's in these mats. And when that methane goes into our atmosphere, it can be detected by other missions, such as Terrestrial Planet Finder is one of NASA's concept missions for
but that's also
organic matter that's in these mats. And when that methane goes into our atmosphere, it can be detected by other missions, such as Terrestrial Planet Finder is one of NASA's.
No, diamonds are what they've already looked like. Oh gosh, get that too. So diamonds are what they look like at the end of their cycle, because all the bright colors from Earth, all the crystals that are really 100% colored all over, have all been sucked out of their crystals. So now they're all quartz. So I'm having a purple
concept missions for organic matter that's in these mats. And when that methane goes into our atmosphere, it can be detected by other missions, such as Terrestrial Planet Finder is one of NASA's
visually hinting because they'll never notice it and desensitize us. Desensitize, already program us 30 frames a second so they can't see. Spinning around making a story there. I'm mad.
For
Faces in the cloud. And what if each one's your own looking glass, right? And so everybody's going to see something different up there because you're going to see your own family. Well, that one looks really clear, huh? Abe Lincoln or something? All kinds of people. I love it. It's so pretty. Really, though, I mean. And they're just making things crazier for us. I want more. But you gotta think simpler than that. Things don't need to be to war. They are eating us.
Gases that are produced.
Ooh, did you see that one? That was.
And when that methane goes into our atmosphere, it can be detected by other missions, such as Terrestrial Planet Finder is one of NASA's concept missions for looking for gases that are.
That's kind of creepy. You can see these crazy things.
Produced by
Look at what we're living in now. I guess,
life.
Right? It's not scary. Everybody's sick. But really, all you gotta do is just switch a few things around.
On exoplanets.
We can look for the signature of oxygen or water on a planet.
Just even looking at these images, we'll see something else. Like, geez, I see a dinosaur horse guy. And some of these, it's on History Channel, so they're doing 30-something frames per minute. Everybody probably wanted, I can't believe it's not better for a year after seeing this.
And at least that would give us
Right, like, who are these people in there? It's like, is this Alf? What is happening in here?
yeah,
See, I'll get trapped in. Oh, this has gone on for 17 minutes. I'll get trapped into seeing. Well, look at what AI did, or always just asking people, what did you see? I mean, oh, that scared me. What did you see? Isn't it amazing? Like, wow, what makes it that way? Like, what is the universe like this? It's crazy. It's beautiful.
life.
Right here, there's been a whole battle scene and everything, all kinds of things.
Forms like
Gave me goosebumps, really. My hair standing on top of my head. Give me a rush. And I've had that song stuck in my head. Fail. Oh, my neck did that.
cells, ones that are carbon-based and use oxygen and carbon dioxide cycles. Our atmosphere is not stable without living organisms. It would have evaporated away by now. And so if you're looking out in space and you detect around a star a signature of the chemicals that we know exist for life, that's very strong evidence that life is there.
How do they show
That
that?
space, and you detect around a star a signature of the chemicals that we know.
Look at that depiction of it. This is a new something or other for a depiction. What? Okay, interesting. See, he's giving an example. This is how we're starting to switch it up, you guys. This is how we're switching it up. I'll have to just keep seeing how CGI does it and see how it compares to mine. Okay, stop taking
Life. That's very strong evidence that life is there. Now, it doesn't help you know if it's intelligent life, but it does give you an evidence for life.
Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Florida, August 30th, 2012. NASA launches 2 probes into space in order to study the Van Allen radiation belts. A pair of donut-shaped particle zones that surround the Earth.
find everybody.
After 2 years of collecting data, NASA scientists discover a
We get holes in our torus, our energy torus like that, and then I guess we're food, or we can feed yummy to somebody else, or we lose sight of our goals because we don't feel good. I'm not saying somebody eats us, but
surprising phenomenon.
Oh, see, I just want to go plug in my
The Van Allen belts.
hard drive for nighttime sky. And they could have a nighttime party, photo party, watching it. It's me helping me. See, what are these? They got zoomed in all down here on the lights that are lit up. What's his name? Simpson? Homer Simpson?
Are operating as a protective dome, shielding the Earth from dangerous radiation.
Our planet is constantly flooded with particles from space that are charged that, if they made it through the atmosphere, would actually be quite damaging radiation to life. But because of the Van Allen belts and the combination of magnetic fields and charged particles already there, incoming charged particles are sent on curved paths that safely protect the Earth and we don't get hit by them.
The Van Allen radiation belt is one of the most phenomenal scientific phenomena to be discovered in recent times. One of the things that's so shocking about it is that it's changing and mutating as if it's intelligently directed.
The Van Allen belts may be an advanced technology that we still don't really understand. A technology that actually is blocking not just natural cosmic particles from the sun from coming in, but potentially protecting the Earth from extraterrestrial weapons that might use some sort of particle beam technology from ever being able to make its way in here. Potentially protecting the Earth, technology that actually is blocking not just natural cosmic particles from the sun from coming in.
These aren't spaceships. Right? In my book here, I gotta take this off. This one's too tight. In my book here, inside the vaccines will be these little nanobots. Protect things. Look at the spikes on that. That's not flying in real space. They're making an analogy here. Ooh, look at even it's got like a weird skeleton on its face. When was this filmed? 20 years ago? 10 at least. Great, it's awesome. They didn't know it, but they were programmed and reprogramming us in my book too. Look at those, especially when you look at the spike proteins and all that stuff that they've been showing most recently with all the little virus diagrams and just illness diagrams. They look just like the spaceship. I was just looking at one because I got a physiology book. Whoa, it looks like people are eating the machine up in the corner here. Like, whoa, let me suck in. Let me suck in. They're weaponizing. Everybody's getting electrocuted feeling. There's that. At least this is a great way to explain how my ailments kind of hurt. I feel like I'm being electrocuted just like that. It goes from your toe to the back of my skull. Maybe I'm sort of draw. It's like a heartbeat, like a doing a sonogram. They got it all clouded up. Wow, do I have an Amanda Miller?
From ever being able to make its way in here.
Where'd the Van Allen belts?
Particle beam technology from ever being able to make its way in here.
I wanted to see what constellations they showed there. The Aurora Borealis, you'd think, right? The half cone. Circle, not a cone. Got Elf down in the bottom here. Peace.
Without the world, countless mysterious artifacts have been discovered that defy any conventional explanation.
I really don't even know what I'm looking at there. I don't want to find it out.
And while skeptics
Whoa. That's in our bodies.
may
Oh, there's a guy trapped in the corner there. Let me out. Meow. Roller coaster ride.
insist that proof of alien visitation could only come in the form of some highly advanced technology. Ancient astronaut theorists suggest even the most mundane items can serve as evidence. In fact, ancient artifacts ever found
What's happening here? In the water? Are you frozen? Frozen. I guess good chance to look at it.
a hammer.
Okay, look here. Last interpretation. Somebody's chasing Sonic the Hedgehog, and they're in the underground. Get gold wings flying him around on Saturn and around. Yeah, this is what is this? This is an art piece. 10 million years ago. Sunk ship, half bat, used to fly, used to crank, now you gotta burn coal, now we eat people.
1,000 years. So this falls in.
Look, there's a beautiful like woman right here. This is crazy, yeah. This is, They just did a magic spell.
The category.
I am healed. So is my family and my friends. Our DNA is healed. And yours too. Just tell it so. And
Of
it will do.
out of place artifacts.
Yeah. And what was the info on that one? That's what I was looking up. 11 hours ago. Outer space most baffling mysteries. Pause it if you want to go to the places.
Enlil Gyoja was also known for his ability to ride 5-colored clouds. He was also said to be executed a number of times, and every time the executioner's axe landed on the back of his neck, the axe actually shattered to pieces.
Still.
Perfect, too. I wanted just the right spot for my appointment. It's perfect.
Today we're making ongoing discoveries about the
Oh, I had it back. Almost had it perfect.
Landed on the back of his neck, the axe actually shattered to pieces.
Still today we're making ongoing discoveries about
I lost it again.
of his neck, the